What's going on, everybody? V-Dub here, and welcome to a new Bracketology for Friday, February 19th, 2021. And we are now just about 23 days away from Selection Sunday, close to the conference tournaments. As you can see, Joe Lunardi updated his Bracketology, and look at that, page is pretty new too. I mean, I get on here and you see this new layout on the page, web page. And it's been cool because they've been having the same thing for about at least 8 or 9 years. Now, as you can see, bracket watch here, top overall. See, he still has Gonzaga, UConn, the first team out, last team in, Stanford. I wish it was the other way around because I hate Stanford, but I'm not gonna let my feelings I'm not going to let my feelings get in the way in this one. Okay, not really. I just did. All right, now onto the bubble. Last four byes: Indiana, Xavier, Drake, North Carolina. Last four in: Maryland, Minnesota, St. Bonaventure, Stanford. First four out: UConn, Colorado State. Colorado State was one of the last four in, but now they're out. Same as Utah State. They are out too, as they were actually in as an AQ just a couple days ago. And the next four out: St. John's, Ole Miss, Syracuse, SMU. SMU. And you can see over here now, first four, you got Wagner. I believe they're also new into the bracket. That's the Northeast Conference AQ team right now. Prairie View and North Dakota State, I still believe, are the same. And you can see the last four team matchups of Minnesota, St. Bonaventure. They're both trending down. Minnesota, Stanford, stable in that one. So now, Region 1 here, as I said, Gonzaga, the AQ, still undefeated. They play Wagner and North Carolina A&T, Oklahoma State, San Diego State, USC, the 5 from the Pac-12. Toledo moving up as an AQ from the MAC. Texas Tech, Colgate. That's a new matchup, actually. Colgate from the Patriot League. They were going to play Tennessee in the last bracket for what Lunardi had. Purdue and North Carolina still stable in that 6-11 match. Houston down to a 3 seed. Colorado down to a 10 seed. At Nova and Vermont in the 2-15. Going down to Region 4 now. Ohio State, James Madison still the same. LSU, Loyola Chicago, the AQ from the Missouri Valley. Creighton down to a 5, and as I said, even trending down would be Minnesota and St. Bonaventure. Wichita State and AQ from the AAC right now. Number one, they would be the number 1 seed in that tournament. That's the only reason why they are in the field. They would not be in as an at-large. Virginia Tech, Drake down to an 11 now. Oklahoma and Winthrop, I believe that's still the same. Rutgers still staying strong on that 7 seed, despite losing their last couple of games. They lost to Iowa, and then they lost to Michigan yesterday. Xavier down to a 10, and you still have Alabama and Sam Houston State in that 2-15 matchup. Region 2, Baylor, still the top seed in Region 2. I think they'll be the top seed in Region 1 if both them and Gonzaga end up undefeated by Selection Sunday. And they play Prairie View, North Dakota State. Oregon up to a 9 seed. Tennessee now will play Wright State, according to Joe Lunardi from the Horizon League. Western Kentucky up on that 12 seed from the Conference USA. Missouri down to an 11, and Boise State moves themselves back into the main field as they are now back on top of the Mountain West Conference. Virginia staying at that 3 seed, the defending national champions. Liberty down to a 14 seed now in that Battle of Virginia. In the first round, they're down. VCU now up to a 10 seed, the leaders of the Atlantic 10. Iowa up to a 2 seed now. They've been playing pretty well lately. Siena 15 from the Metro Conference. Michigan, who had a win over Rutgers last night, as I mentioned before, they are 2-0 since they returned from the pause from Michigan Athletics. They'd be playing Texas State still, the Sun Belt leaders. BYU 8-9 matchup against the UCLA. Remember when their football team played each other? It seemed like almost every year in bowl season a decade ago. I think they even played a couple times in the regular season, and they happened to play again in bowl time. I remember that. Good times. Kansas up to a 5 seed now. They've been playing pretty well lately. Florida State up to a 14 seed. Arkansas up to a 6. Clemson now a 7 against Seton Hall, and in Illinois still remaining strong at the 2 seed with Eastern Washington in there, which he would have Eastern Washington right now, so they have to play them from the Big Sky Conference. All right, now to the predictions here. Did this the other day. Now I'm going to do this again. Wagner, North Carolina, A&T. Yeah, I know they're not going to have a shot against Gonzaga, but if we have room, I might as well have done this for this one. I'll go with North Carolina A&T on this one. I mean, I've seen them on the field a lot, and of course I'm going to pick Gonzaga over them. Sorry to you folks over at North Carolina A&T. Oklahoma State and San Diego State. San Diego State a 9 seed for a team ranked in the top 25. I think they're a little disrespected right there. Sorry, St. Breezes, but I'm going to go with the Aztecs on this one. I'm going to have USC over Toledo. Texas Tech over Colgate. Purdue over North Carolina. Houston over Grand Canyon. Colorado and Indiana. I'm going to go with Colorado beating Indiana. And then Villanova over Vermont. Second round matchup, I'm going to have Gonzaga over San Diego State. I'm going to have Texas Tech over USC in this one. Purdue, Houston. You know what? I wouldn't. And who knows? They might actually play. They're going to be in Indiana. These tournament games are in Indiana. So I'm going to have Purdue over Houston, especially the fact now that there was an announcement this morning that there will be limited fan attendance at the games in Indiana. So that's gonna probably help them out a little bit, especially the fact that a couple of the games are going to be played on their home court. They might amend that rule this year. Who knows? Which you see me making that one, but then you still be pick Colorado over Indiana, so that doesn't make sense. I don't care. Colorado, Villanova. I'm going to pick Villanova in that one. For a trip to the Elite Eight now, I'm going to have Gonzaga over Texas Tech. Purdue. I'm going to have Purdue actually make a little bit of a run here over Villanova, but then in your home state or not, with fans allowed and not, Gonzaga, I think, still will get to the Final Four from Region 1. Let's go to Region 4 now. Ohio State. First let's start off with, I believe that is, Minnesota St. Bonaventure. I'm going to pick the Gophers to win this one. Ohio State, James Madison. I'm going to pick the Buckeyes, of course, over that one. LSU, Loyola, Chicago. I'm going to go Loyola, Chicago on this one. Sister Jean and company, they know how to get through the first couple of rounds. They've been to a Final Four. Creighton, Minnesota. I'm going to have Creighton over Minnesota. Texas over Wichita State. That's going to be obvious one. Virginia Tech and Drake. I'm going to pick Drake in that upset. Oklahoma, Winthrop. I'm going to go with OU on this one, unfortunately. Rutgers, Xavier. I'm going to pick the Scarlet Knights. And I'm going to pick Alabama over... if I can get there we go. So I got second round matchup. I got Ohio State over Loyola Chicago. I'm gonna pick Texas over Creighton. I'm gonna have Oklahoma over Drake. And then pick Alabama over Rutgers for basketball. Let me see. First spot in the Elite Eight. Ohio State. Sorry, I like Texas, but I think Ohio State has a better athlete better team right now. This one, I might actually pick Oklahoma over Alabama. This is basketball, not football. And then for a spot in the Final Four, I'm going to have Oklahoma go to the Final Four over Ohio State. So that way I can have some upsets. Region 3, Prairie View A&M and North Dakota State, I should say. I'll pick North Dakota State in this one. And then Baylor I'm going to have win that one. Move on, of course. Louisville and Oregon. The Oregons looks like they're playing hot, so I'm going to pick the Ducks to win this one. Wisconsin, Western Kentucky. I'll pick the Badgers in that one. Tennessee, Wright State. I'm picking the Vols on that one. Missouri and Boise State. Missouri, I believe, is going down. Boise State's playing well. I think Boise State, in this tournament will be the tournament they get their first tournament win. Get the defending national champion Virginia Cavaliers in the Battle of Virginia against Liberty. I'm picking UVA. Florida VCU. I'm picking the Rams of VCU, and then I'm having Luka Garza in Iowa over VCU. Spot in the Sweet 16. Baylor and Oregon. Yeah, I'm picking the Baylor Bears in this one. Wisconsin and Tennessee. I like the Badgers in a minor upset. I mean, they are playing closer to home, and there are going to be fans in the arena, so that could help them out. Boise State, Virginia. I'm going to pick the Cavaliers to continue their run. VCU, Iowa. Picking the Hawkeyes in this one. Spot in the Elite Eight. Baylor over Wisconsin, and then I'm going to have Iowa ending the run. Iowa's going to end Virginia's run as national champions. Baylor and Iowa. Baylor, I think, is going to finally get through to the Final Four in this one. And again, these can change in the next couple of weeks. And last region over here would be, I'm going to pick Maryland over Stanford in this one. So we'll have a Walty versus Lance Spurlock match. Michigan and Texas State. I'm picking Michigan to win this one. BYU and UCLA. I actually saw a couple of UCLA games. Don't know too much about BYU, so I'm picking UCLA in this one. Kansas, Belmont. Kansas has been playing pretty well. Florida State and UC Santa Barbara. I'm picking the Noles in this one. And then you got Arkansas and Maryland. Why not go with Maryland in this one? West Virginia and UNC Greensboro, WVU. Clemson, Seton Hall. I'll pick Seton Hall to pull off the upset over Clemson. Illinois and Eastern Washington. Illinois has played really good basketball all year, so I'll get them. Though they could be a team, as I said, that is vulnerable because they let Nebraska take them to overtime. This is a couple weeks ago. But things can change. Michigan, UCLA. I'm going to have Michigan in that one. Basketball rivalry, by the way. Michigan and UCLA. Nobody remembers those. Kansas and Florida State. I'm going to have the Jayhawks in this one. Maryland and WVU. I had WVU in this one going to Sweet 16. Seton Hall and Illinois. Got the Illini in this one. Michigan and Kansas for a spot in the Elite Eight. I'll have Kansas pull off the upset against the Wolverines. West Virginia, Illinois, I'm going to have the Illini move on. And then you got the Illini and Kansas. And I think Illinois will move on to the Final Four. Get their first Final Four appearance in 16 years. Now for a spot in the national championship game, I'm going to have Gonzaga over Oklahoma. And you got Baylor and Illinois. I'll have Illinois get the revenge on Baylor from earlier this year, so there'll be no undefeated matchup in this bracketology. Gonzaga and Illinois, and I think the Illini are going to end up pulling this one off. I think ultimately they got the better athletes, more of a consistent team. I mean, they build their team up from the last couple of years. I think Brad Underwood's done a great job with Illinois. They had a couple of players return that probably could have went to the draft after the whole NCAA tournament getting canceled. But they kept all their players. Same with Iowa, too. They kept a couple of their players, including the Luka Garza guy. So that's why I think you could see some runs from some of these big teams. So tell me, guys, what you guys think. If you guys do, please leave a like. Tell me who you guys would think would win out of this bracketology. And please subscribe also, because this is a new channel and more college basketball content will be out. And also, as I said, in the coming days when the tournament pick'em challenges for either ESPN or Yahoo come out, I will give you guys information and we can sign up for registrations. Prizes may be available. Until then, you guys take a good one. Have a good rest of your day. Peace out, Pisons.